Okay, here is a dilemma. Here's a question. Which one would I rather be stuck in? On the mountainside. Got this little Wrangler TJ 2005 Sport versus the 2020 Rubicon. Oh, she's a beauty. Yeah, so they're both so capable. Now, full disclosure, the old TJ has some modifications. So it has the lockers, front and rear, ARB on the front, and it's got in the rear the Detroit locker. So I didn't think I was going to be happy with the Detroit locker, but I am thrilled with it. It is amazing. And that has 410 gears, so very, very capable machine. The rear end's a 44 Dana. So it's got the power, it has the traction. Now, the tires are BFGs in the all-terrain, which I love for how quiet they are. They're not as aggressive as this BFG mud terrain. So there is some advantage in this tire compared to this tire. They're both the same size. They're both 35-inch. As far as the height goes, those are on 15-inch wheels on the TJ versus the 17-inch wheels on the JL. So this is a cruising nice machine. Cozy, comfortable, has the sliding convertible top up there, which is something I use about every day. But if I had to choose between being stuck in this one with all four wheels spinning and stuck in this one, I think you can guess which one I'd choose. And that's got the winch on it here, so the winch makes a difference if you're stuck and you don't have anybody to pull you out. That little Badlands winch is something I installed about 2 weeks ago, and it is amazing. I've only used it once, and it was to pull my brother-in-law off of a rock in Moab. He had all four wheels spinning and no traction. He was high-centered, and with a little work he probably could have stacked rocks, but I pulled the winch out, put it in free spool, hooked it onto his hook on the back, and in about 10 seconds we had him off the rock. So it's an amazing tool to have that extra winch on there. And these things, everybody's reviewed these, loves them, except for one guy. So the one guy, it wasn't a fair test. Anybody can watch his video and see that he overheated it to the point where he started to melt some components inside. But what he was doing was abuse, and then he let it just sit there and stay hot. There was no way to cool it down, so he spoiled one of them. But you know, you get stuck on a brand like Warn, good name brand, they're great tools, but you know, it wasn't really a fair test, and it wasn't a side-by-side test. And when you have to put a tractor behind you to hook on to have an anchor, you really are overloading that winch. And he was trying to pull a car out of a place that was had been in the ground for years and years. And so, yeah, watch the video, give it a fair shot. This is you know, you can get these winches on sale for under 600 bucks. the winch plate is a Smitty built, and it matches up really perfectly with this little Smitty built Stinger that I love the look of, and I love the functionality of it. Will it prevent a front end rollover? Maybe not. I don't know. But if it kicks me to the side a little bit when I'm going over, and I've been in that situation many times, then it's a really nice little setup. So one of the first things I'm going to have to do to this to bring it up to the level of that old Jeep over there is put a winch on it. And this is a plastic bumper, so I would have to upgrade that bumper to probably a metal or a steel bumper. And but they do have some that look just like this, factory bumpers that are steel, that have the cutout already, and then you could put a winch right in. Warren makes a plate to go inside there, and then your fair lead would come right out of here, and it'll be nice to have that on there. But man, do I really want to take this off-road and get it all scratched up and dirty? Well, wait a second. This one's not too bad. 2005? That's 17 years old, almost 18 years old now. And yeah, it's been repainted. So there's a little bit of work that's gone into making it look cool. But still, for what you get, man, this is a bargain right here. These little TJs. Actually, I have this one for sale too. This one's in my local newspaper only because I can't justify keeping both of them. But it's really awesome inside. It's only got 81,000 miles on it, but the seats have been replaced with the racing type seats to hold you in snug when you're going over the bumps. Got my little CB radio on the side here. And this top, oh man, this is the ticket right here. To be able to just, I've already unhooked it, so just to be able to flip that over and have sunlight in 2 seconds. Oh my heck, what a great idea. This is a new best top, and it's got the hinge on there, so you can get inside there and just flip that over, and then if you want to close it back up, it only takes a second just to latch that back down. So I use this top every day. I've used this for my daily driver for the last couple of years. When I first put the axles on, I wasn't really excited about having 410 gearing on the freeway, but it does 70 miles an hour and then some just fine. And it's smooth. It's got the TerraFlex suspension, so a little bit of a lift down there. I mean, I just came back from Moab, so this is not cleaned up all the way yet. I just sprayed it off and wiped it down a little bit. Not detailed like this one is, but you know, they're both so nice. It's hard to beat the luxury of this thing. Oh, okay, that's what an old guy needs, is a step that pops out. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That roof slides back. It's a luxury. This really is a luxury car with the abilities of that old Jeep. So, not a bad deal. Little Rubicon, or a wannabe Rubicon. Yeah, it's got the compressor in it. Man, that's another thing. I've got the compressor if I got a flat tire right underneath the hood here. So, which I've aired down too low and had to have air put in it. So nice to be able to have the air compressor and everything right here for my ARB. It's got the, oh, there's the disconnect for the battery for the, make sure that's off, yep, for the winch. But here we go with the little compressor back here. I can put my This is just an accident, but a little cap fit right over there. So I can hook up my air hose, air up the tires in no time. About 2 minutes a piece, 2.5 minutes a piece. So in 10 minutes I can have my tires aired up from 17, where I run them up on the rocks, to about 30, where I like to ride them. Any harder than that, and it just makes a rougher ride. So anyway, there's a little snapshot of some of my favorite things on this little TJ. It's fun to have people stop and say how great this is, how amazing the color is. So just good to have a Jeep that's so much like the utility of the old CJ, but have a lot more comfortable ride than the old leaf springs. So, yep, pretty happy with the old thing. Needs to be cleaned up. It's got some sand down there and from the trip, but oh yeah, I mean really, to have the floor basically body armored. There's a picture of the odometer. I think you can see it. Maybe.